Okay, let's get to the facts. Missy Nutmeg was seen yesterday getting on a flight downtown Vancouver on a seaplane heading towards, that's what they say, heading towards $14 billion mansion that she stayed. Okay, so one thing. Nobody saw the seaplane, or nobody took pictures of the seaplane taken off. That's something. Nobody saw Missy Nutmeg get off the seaplane, go inside her, black car or whatever, and head straight to that $1 billion mansion. There are no pictures whatsoever. There are no pictures. Okay. Why Vancouver? Why Vancouver Island? Why not Toronto? Toronto is the place where she lived for about 7 years, I guess, while she was filming her TV show. Okay, she has a lot of friends in Toronto. She has all her buddies in Toronto, but she also has a lot of boyfriends in Toronto. Ex-boyfriends, ex everything. Her husband's in LA. He doesn't want her in LA. The boyfriend in Toronto doesn't want her in Toronto. He has a full-blast restaurant, an amazing cook that is a successful cook. Why does he want Missy Nutmeg in Toronto, messing around with his life? No way, Jose, he wants her there. Nobody wants her anywhere. But why Vancouver? Missy Nutmeg is an American citizen, as far as we all know. Did not get her British passport yet. The Queen is doing something for it. Instead of taking 2 years, it's going to take her 5 years, I guess. 5 years. She's gone. Okay. She's not a British citizen. She is not a Canadian citizen. She's an American citizen. She did the foolish thing because she thinks she's a big shot. She said something very mean to President Trump, the president of her country. Okay. Now she wants to come over and, get a hold of our country, get a hold of Canada. She forgot one little visa. Are you on, Missy? Are you on a work visa? You can't work. You are on a royal visitor? No, you're not royal anymore because, you stepped down from all your royal duties. So, think of the photo of Missy going inside or going to uninvited. Of course, she had to be uninvited, and she showed up uninvited because if they knew beforehand that she was coming over, they would close it. They would close it and say they were out for the day. Don't they have shelters in the UK? Yes, of course they do. Don't they have millions of women battered or women who go through difficult situations are underprivileged in the UK and they have shelters? Yes. So that was part of one of her duties that she did not want. I wonder why didn't she want that? And she comes to Canada to do what she was supposed to do in the UK as a royal. She didn't do anything. So she comes to Canada. I'm just wondering, I'm just thinking, what the heck is she doing here? Okay, she thinks Canadians are silly. No, Canadians are not silly. Canadians are polite people. Canadians are laid back people. Canadians are not going to put up with a lot of stuff, but at the same time, they're not going to bother you because they don't care. They have to take care of their own lives. They are not going to care about Missy. She thinks that's called privacy. In a way, it's privacy, but in a way, is that they just don't care. Canadians do not want to foot the bill for her security. Why? Missy's not royal anymore. She want to get out of this royal, it's boring to be royal, it's nasty, I don't want it. But she wants to be a royal to get free security. No. Pick it out from your pocket, get your pocketbook, open it, and grab the money. Okay. Another thing about the shelter, I want to go back to the shelter. What the heck was she doing in that shelter? If she's not on royal duties, she is not working in the shelter as far as I'm concerned, because she does not have a working visa. She has no visa at all. What visa does she have? A visitor visa? Okay, so she went to visit the shelter. Okay, did she open her little pocketbook and sign a personal check? Meghan Markle, not HRH because that's gone. Not the Duchess because I think that's gone. Just Meghan Markle, I will give you $5 million for your little shelter to help the battered woman, to help the woman in need. No, she didn't do that. I doubt she did that. She wanted to take a picture just to prove that she's a very nice woman, that she's a very dedicated woman, that she is a woman that gives herself. No. They don't need her here. There are plenty of women that do that on their own in silence. You filthy rich people that go there in silence with no bodyguards, with nothing surrounding them. You would never know these people are filthy rich, and they help the shelter. They donate to the shelter, but behind closed doors. They do that in silence. Missy Nutmeg did not realize that. Okay, she walked in and she wanted to be like a celebrity walking in a shelter. Oh, look who came into the shelter. This is something very serious. These shelters are for people who are struggling, fighting for their lives from dangerous husbands, addictions. Please don't play with that. Don't fool around with that. Putting your face on something that is so serious. She comes to Canada to do that. Go to the US. Go back to the UK. Apologize for all the stuff you did. Apologize for the British people that you got all their money to buy your clothes, that you got all their money to give it to your mommy. Where is your mommy? Nowhere in sight. Of course she's going to support you. She's not crazy not to support Missy Messy Nutmeg. She's going to be on the street as well, because if they go on top of her and find out what the heck, how did she get that house? How did she get all that money? She is in a hot mess. She is in a hot mess just like Missy Messy is. Why Canada? Why Canadians? Why on earth is she doing in Vancouver? Why isn't she in Toronto where all her friends are? They're gone. They're going to disappear. Anybody who in business that I doubt, but with the Queen, they don't want anything to do with Missy. And that's going to happen to Harry as well. Once Missy Messy finds out that Harry is without his title, I mean, not his title, because HRH was born in his blood, she's not going to have the title. She wasn't born and she doesn't want anything to do with the royal family. Okay, she doesn't want it, but he's part of the royal family. So maybe she should divorce him and marry a normal guy. Not, go after a normal guy without blue blood and without all these humongous titles that you don't want, Missy. You don't want the titles. You don't want all the stuff that comes along with the titles. You don't want the duties that comes with the titles. It's just like saying to a married man, hello, or to a married woman, hello, you cannot live like a single woman. You cannot live like a single man. You choose. You want to be single? You want to be married. You're a student. You don't want to go to school, but you want the diploma. Study or don't study. But stop this nonsense of, on top of the wall, just looking like this. Oh, I don't want to be a royal, but I want all the money. I don't want to be a royal, but I want all the security. No. You're not going to get any paid security if you're not nothing. You're not going to get paid security if you don't do anything and you're not part of anything. You want paid security. You want security. You open your pocketbook and you pay for your security. That's what the filthy rich do. That's what celebrities do. They open their pocketbooks and they pay for their $1 billion security. And one last question. Why on earth does Missy Messy Nutmeg need security for? She's a nobody. She's not royal anymore. She's nothing. So why on earth should Canadians or anybody pay for security? To secure what? Her wig?